Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Just to make sure if my voice is clear, I think everyone should be wearing a headset. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and the future visionaries of tomorrow. My name is Mohammed Zainal. I'm a first lieutenant engineer and head of the Future Mobility Sciences section at Dubai Police. Today I'm honored and privileged to share insights into the boundless potential of our youth, those who are not just inheriting our world, but are actively shaping it. So for today's agenda, and for the next 20 to 30 minutes, we will embark on our journey through three transformative themes. First, we'll explore how the innovators and change makers are shaping the cities of tomorrow. Then we'll dive deep and analyze critically how youth is actively engaging in policy making. And finally, we'll uncover sustainability and the importance of its adoption. Our guide is a vision from a leader who sees beyond the horizon. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who eloquently stated that the youth is the foundation of our future. It is a profound insight that steers our discourse and our actions. Just a bit about myself. I'm an engineer. My passion lies in trying to combine three sciences within Dubai Police. The science of engineering, future foresight, and innovation. I currently lead the future mobility section within Dubai Police, and I hope that this session would be beneficial and fruitful to the audience. So envision a world transformed by the ingenuity and ambitions of its youngest members, our youth. Not merely inheritors of what will come, they are the architects and weavers of future that we only dare to imagine. They are not confined to the tangible realms of cities alone, but extend their influence through metaphorical cities of thought, innovation, and change. In the tapestry of the future, their threads are the brightest, spun from dreams that could be and woven with determination of making it so. They are the true capital of tomorrow. As His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum profoundly observes, their ideas, innovation, dreams and connections, they are the currency that will enrich nations. Today, as we speak of change and innovation, let us turn our attention to the real agents of transformation, the youth. So as we thread the narrative of the boundless potential of our youth, let us delve into the principles of innovation that underpin this journey. According to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, innovation occurs when the following principles converge: desirability, viability, feasibility, and integrity. So let us look at each element by itself, or principle. Desirability focuses on addressing the needs and requirements of the user. What challenge am I addressing? It involves using empathy to understand and deeply dig into the core of human needs and requirements and translate that into solutions. It is the compass. Viability is the roadmap. It is the strategic planning that ensures that the bright idea is financially feasible and sustainable as a product or service. So this is what we refer to as the business mindset behind the product. Then we look at feasibility, which is a toolkit that the innovator uses. They look at what is practical, what technology should be used in order to solve the challenge ahead. And finally, we look at integrity, which is what anchors the innovation, what enriches society. It is a commitment to ethical, societal, and environmental responsibility, and a promise that innovations have a long-term impact and effect. So as mentioned earlier, when these principles converge, we reach to what we call an innovation sweet spot. The idea covers and meets the expectations, the strategy, capability, and responsibility. So building upon the principles of innovation, let us look at the process itself. The process in the science of innovation is called design thinking. It's a human-centered approach that follows 5 basic steps. So the first step is to empathize, to understand the user's needs and requirements through research and observation. Then we define. We look at these findings and we clarify the main problem and the challenge that needs to be solved. We then ideate, we generate as many possible solutions, a range of creative ideas to explore how they will work in reality. We select one of these ideas and move to the prototype stage where they become simple models of what we want to create, and then we test them. We evaluate the prototypes with having users test them, get feedback, and continue to refine the solution. So it's a very iterative process. It's very flexible, it's very agile, and this is what is used in problem solving. So having explored the principles and processes of innovation, we now turn to the 7 transformative shifts shaping the future. The Crown Prince of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, delivered a session at the World Government Summit in 2019 via a 3D hologram. During his session, Sheikh Hamdan talked about the 7 major transformations that will take place in cities all around us. In his speech, Sheikh Hamdan said that cities are the foundation of the future. They are the cradle of ideas and a source of capital. Countries are nothing but a bundle of cities. These shifts are not just trends to observe. They are realms where we as youth can make the most significant impact by applying the process and principles of innovation. And just to summarize, the session covered city design, which is to embrace human-centric planning to create inclusive green urban spaces. The second was mobility and transportation, innovate in transportation for sustainability and user-friendliness. Then we have AI, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things, and their role as emerging technologies is to have the cities more connected and more productive. Then we move into resource consumption, which is to adopt sustainable practices aligning with environmental integrity. We then look at city competitiveness, which is to drive cities to become dynamic hubs of collaboration and a global hub. Economic systems, to have these economic systems and model more agile, shaping a much more resilient model, or creating a much more resilient model. And then we have governance and leadership, which is to apply this innovative thinking to public services and policies. So let's now apply the insights we have gathered from the principles and processes of innovation and look at a real-world example, which is the smart police station as a case study. So the case study, it exemplifies how the shifts we have discussed so far are being realized through innovative endeavors, particularly by the youth. The SPS is the first police station that is unmanned. It has there's no human within this police station. It provides more than 42 services to the public. The following video demonstrates the project and the benefits reaped thus far. So this was one case study that I wanted to present. The second, which is a bit more, it's a personal journey because I was the technology lead for this project, which we call Ghayath. It's a state-of-the-art, most advanced technological patrol vehicle that we use in Dubai Police. And it's a testament that youth can bring such innovations to life. Technologically, what makes this car unique, it has 13 cameras embodied within the vehicle. It has internal cameras as well. The cameras can perform AI analytics, so they can understand the behavior. They can perform number plate recognition. They can also perform facial recognition. And we've managed from 2019 to 2022 to develop this product by using this human-centric approach, by sitting with the users, understand what needs and requirements should be met. In terms of the benefits reaped from this project, we've had a lot of positive benefits when it comes to the competitive indicators. In terms of the average response time, we have decreased the average response time to 2.48 minutes. Worldwide, an average response time with policing forces is 4 to 5 minutes when responding to an incident. We've managed to gather 12 intellectual properties from this project. This project is assembled and fully manufactured in the UAE, so we're proud that youth have been leading this project along with a private sector as a co-creation project with them. And as a result, we have 99.6% of this KPI of feeling of safety within the public in general. And this is just a short video about the product. So moving to the next theme, which is youth voices in policymaking. So in aligning with our discussion on innovation and youth role in shaping the future, this slide highlights how the UAE provides a multitude of opportunities for youth in policymaking, underlying its commitment to nurturing young leaders. So first we have the Emirates Youth Council, which is a prime example of empowering youth by leading and participating directly in policy discussions. The council serves as a dynamic platform to voice the youth opinions on national issues, offering insights that directly influence policy decisions. We also have the Federal Youth Authority, which organizes forums and workshops where young people can engage with policymakers, contributing to discussions on topics ranging from education, employment, technology, sustainability, and these interaction ensures that their perspectives are taken into mind when designing policies. We have leadership and entrepreneurship programs. The UAE has initiated many initiatives and programs such as the Young Economist Program and the Youth Leadership Program, and these experiences provide hands-on practical knowledge and skills to the youth. We also have global representation through the Global Youth Forums. The UAE youth have represented the country in international forums such as the World Police Summit, the United Nations, and it's a chance to influence policymakers on a global level. We also have community engagement and volunteerism, encouraging participation in community activities. The UAE has established programs like volunteers.ae, where youth can engage in social projects, gaining insights into grassroots needs. And these experiences, they become invaluable in developing informed and empathetic policy approaches. And last, we have the National Youth Strategy. And through this strategy, the National Youth Agenda, it highlights 5 key objectives as demonstrated over here. We have engaged and empowered youth. We have patriotic and value-driven youth. We also have productive and engaged youth, entrepreneurs, and being responsible and stable. So these are just examples of how the UAE has a multifaceted approach in involving youth in policymaking. So the UAE government, it has undertaken a comprehensive approach to empower its youth, focusing on various key areas, including education, skill development, engagement. And this is all done through the Federal Youth Authority, where its role is to ensure that all ministries, all decision makers and policies are connected directly to the voice, needs and values of the youth. It was established in 2016, and its goal is to implement the National Youth Strategy in an optimal and create an optimal ecosystem. And this video just briefly describes their pillars and the principles that they utilize.
For the last 50 years, we have maximized on energy from our vast oil fields, our never-ending sunshine, and the water that surrounds us. Investing in our future means planting the right seeds today. Those seeds need strong roots to anchor them through various conditions. They need an enabling and nurturing environment. By tending carefully to their branches, these seeds will grow into fruit-bearing plants that participate in the ecosystem. Our youth are those seeds. As such, they are our most valuable asset and most important investment. The roots are our youth's character, their ideas, their passions, skills that anchor them in our nation's core values. The environment includes all the facilities and initiatives that enable and nurture our youth. And the fruit is their participation, our youth's active role in serving the nation as they contribute to our country's success in all sectors. This is what we work on in the Federal Youth Authority. We build partnerships and launch initiatives daily to build strong roots that anchor our youth's character, to create a conducive enabling environment that helps youth reach their full potential, and to empower youth to participate and contribute towards our nation's progress. This is the model we follow in investing in our nation's most valuable assets.
So just briefly looking at some numbers for the youth councils. These are the youth councils that we have currently established on a minister level, corporate level, and a global level as well. I'm fortunate enough to be part of the global, of the Government Innovation Youth Council, as well as the Dubai Police Youth Council. The video on the right that you see is a brainstorming session, a design thinking session that we've conducted with the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure to come up with solutions after the floods that happened in the Emirates of Fujairah. And we managed to come up with 43 different ideas that will be implemented across the next future years. So how can youth become more active in society? So by participating in government initiatives, engaging with platforms like the Emirates Youth Council, the Federal Youth Authority contributing to policy making and agenda setting. We can also focus on our education and continuously learning, make sure that we make the best of the platforms that are available online, the sponsorship that we get from the government. We also have, third, the community involvement, becoming a volunteer, engaging with the community, understanding and addressing the local and environmental issues. Fourth, we have global forums and networks to participate in international youth forums in collaboration to exchange ideas and best practices. Entrepreneurship and employment, so seek entrepreneurial ventures, seek employment in government or private sectors as well, which contributes to the economic diversity and growth of our nation. Participating in cultural exchange programs, which engaging in them gives you a global perspective, and it represents the Emirati culture internationally as well. And finally, health and wellness advocacy to promote and participate in initiatives focused on health, fitness, and well-being. So by embracing these avenues, UAE youth can significantly impact both their local communities and a broader global stage. So aligning with the UAE's dynamic vision of having an innovative, engaged youth population. So moving to the next theme, which is sustainability. And this subject is very critical and crucial and vital for our future, especially amongst our youth. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum once said that our vision is clear in terms of establishing sustainability pillars as a key component of our development journey. So this vision is not just a part of our national agenda, it's a commitment to the world and future generations. But before we move into sustainability, I just want to define what sustainability is, because it's recently become a buzzword that people don't really understand why it came about and what it means. So according to the United Nations, sustainability is a practice of using resources in a way that meets the present needs without compromising the future generations' ability to meet theirs. So it's a harmonious balance between the environmental, social, and economic realms. And the pillars of sustainability depend on these pillars. So from an environmental perspective, it involves protecting and conserving our natural environment, focusing on initiatives like reducing carbon emissions, promoting renewable energy, and conserving biodiversity. From a social perspective, social sustainability emphasizes building equitable, just, inclusive communities. It also involves ensuring across the entire society, essential services such as health, education, to promote social cohesion. And last, from an economic standpoint, it aims to foster growth that is environmentally and socially responsible. And the next slide, I just want to show how the UAE policies, agenda, and strategies, they're connected to the SDG goals, which is the Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals, they were set in 2015 by the United Nations General Assembly, and it consists of 17 goals. It's a blueprint for countries to become better in terms of the environment, social-wise, economic-wise. And by 2030, the countries within the United Nations, they aim to do so. So just briefly showcasing the, from a sustainable economy standpoint, so these are the agendas, the strategies, and the policies that align with the SDG number 8 and 9. From environmental standpoint, these are the national agenda, strategies, and policies that align with the SDGs that you see on the right. And from a social perspective, or element, these are the national strategies, agendas, and policies that the UAE has developed that align with the SDGs that you see on the right. So how do we participate as youth in sustainable development? So we have the SDG Young Leaders Program. We also have the youth councils and circles where topics in sustainability are discussed. Our involvement in COP28 and the Year of Sustainability, as well as the National Committee on Sustainable Development Goals. And I just want to touch base a bit on the leadership government model that is used in the UAE. So this model is a tapestry of values, innovation, and foresight, and it basically consists of 3 different elements. We have the leadership spirit. So leadership is not about just leading, it's about also inspiring. It's about empowering and motivating the young generation to better nurture their capabilities and talents to best suit society. Achievement and impact, which is the second pillar. It's about making substantial contributions, representing our nation in a positive light. Our leaders embody values such as integrity, humility, and respect, and they work tirelessly to ensure that our actions have a lasting impact and a meaningful impact on society and beyond. And the last is having that future outlook, being able to be proactive and forward-thinking and not reactive, being able to anticipate the global trends that occur in the globe at a global level, and be able to anticipate future scenarios so that UAE always stays ahead of the game. And just a case study on sustainability that I've also led in Dubai Police. It's the iSurf project. The iSurf project consists of changing the fleet model to a corporate car sharing model that we have in Dubai Police. So instead of me giving a department, for example, 50 petrol vehicles, I can switch them with 10 vehicles and have the employees within the department use an app to book and use the vehicle. So it's a pioneering idea, and it resulted in financial savings of more than 4 million dirhams, as well as reduced the carbon emissions by 6.2 CO2 tons. And this is just a brief video that explains the initiative. So just to conclude, so we've touched upon this, but today I invite you to explore the powerful narrative, the story of our youth, the heartbeat of the UAE, representing over 49% of our population under 35. These young minds are not just part of the nation's tapestry, they are the weavers of its future. The story of UAE's youth is a story of empowerment, engagement, and transformation. It's a narrative that does not speak of possibilities, it demonstrates them. It's a journey we are all part of, a journey where each young person is a beacon of hope, a catalyst of change, and a builder of a brighter future. In closing, I want to thank you all for being part of this remarkable summit. The journey of knowledge and innovation continues, and I'm excited to see the remarkable contributions of each and every one of you in their field, in their respective field, for shaping a brighter, a more sustainable, and more inclusive future. Thank you, and let's continue to inspire and be inspired. Thank you so much. I don't know if you guys have any questions, but I'm happy to take them. It's good, it's about youth.
سعد الله صباحكم كل خير. أكيد بتكلم باللغة العربية.
حياك عمي.
وخصوصا أن نتحدث عن يعني الناس بتخاف لما تشوف رجل أمن.
حياك.
المستقبل الشباب بصفة عامة، يعني بالأمس كان يتحدث الأمين العام المساعد للأمم المتحدة عن صعوبة تحقيق كثير من أهداف التنمية المستدامة المتوقع أنها يعني تتحقق ب2030 في كثير من الدول العربية، وأنها تحتاج إلى يعني أرقام خيالية لا يمكن الحصول عليها لتحقيق هذه التنمية في كثير من الدول العربية التي تعاني من الفشل، حكومات فاشلة يعني نتيجة الحروب ونتيجة الدمار والخراب الموجود فيها. الدول في الخليج يمكن عندها حظوظ أوفر من غيرها، يعني تتوفر الإمكانات، تتوفر الاستقرار، الاستمرار إلى آخره، لكن أيضا لديها بعض التحديات، وخصوص فيما يتعلق بالثقافة، بالهوية، يعني الأشياء اللي تمس الجذور يعني بالنسبة للناس. وهذا حديث يعني أعتقد حتى تمت ملامستها في كثير من القمم التي حصلت في الفترة الماضية. كيف يمكن من خلال تجربتكم الآن وضع تصور يمكن الاقتداء به في بقية الدول العربية، لا سيما وأن الإمارات دائما لديها مبادرات تضيء الطريق لنا كثيرا في كثير من دولنا الخليجية والعربية؟
جزاك الله خير. أنا يمكن بتكلم عن تجربتي كضابط في شرطة دبي وكشاب. نحن اليوم يعني محظوظين بقيادة حكيمة ورشيدة، وهي يعني السبب قبل بعد رب العالمين بأن نحن يعني كشباب عندنا الإمكانية أن نبرز أو نوائم التطورات اللي تستوي، ويكون في موائمة مع الأهداف التنمية المستدامة. ومثل ما تفضلت نحن ياسين نحاول نكون مثال للشعوب الأخرى، مثل ما يعني قال سمو الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راشد أن دبي هي مدينة المستقبل. فنأمل أن من خلال الجهود اللي نحن نبذلها كموظفين كشباب في أي ناحية، سواء في الوظائف أو حتى على مستوى أو صعيد شخصي، أن نكون مثال أو قدوة. لأن اليوم يمكن العالم يفتقد للقدوة. المناهج موجودة، العلم موجود، الأمور النظرية كلها موجودة، ولكن محتاجة واحد يفعل أو يمشي أو يطبق الأمور هاي. والحمد لله نحن محظوظين أن اليوم في إفساح للشباب في هذا المكان وفي أي مؤسسة. الحمد لله مثل ما ذكرت مؤسسة الشباب هي أصلا من أحد ركائزها الاهتمام بالكاركتر، الطبع الشخص نفسه، أخلاقه، هويته. فهذا يدخل في جميع المبادرات اللي يقومون فيها، وطبعا يدخل حتى نحن كشرطة دبي أو في كل مؤسسة عندنا في حكومة دبي أو في الإمارات فيها مجالس الشباب، والمجالس الشباب توائم مبادراتها على أساس يكون في تكامل مع أو في ترابط مع المبادئ هاي. فالحمد لله يعني هذا كله موجود. واليوم اللي يمكن أنا عرفته هذا جزء بسيط من اللي موجود عندنا نحن في شرطة دبي وحتى في المؤسسات. اليوم يعني أفضل، يعني نأمل أن دبي تكون يعني قدوة وتكون خير مثال للشعوب العربية وحتى لشعوب العالم.
السلام عليكم.
عليك السلام.
أهداف التنمية المستدامة هي طبعا واضحة،
هي.
لكن المشكلة حتكون في indicators أكثر من hundreds of indicators. تجمع هذه الانديكيتورز، لأنه أنت you have to show indicators in each SDG related to you.
صح.
And to my knowledge, in Dubai they have a committee.
Yes.
But how you ensure that Dubai and in Dubai as a whole to get, because you have private sectors and you have government, this is going to be a big challenge to get indicators, because indicators show that you are committed to and your progress. How ensure that Dubai doing on this, and what's the relation between you and the committee of UAE for SDG?
So I'll start from the bottom top. So I'm currently in the department that leads mobility projects and initiatives. So mobility is a big topic when it comes to reduction of carbon emissions, making the cities more connected, making people more connected as well. So what happens is that when we look at the SDG goals, our government, the UAE, has developed different policies and different strategies and different agendas that I've showcased. So when these policies and strategies are developed, these strategies, they now cater to a certain vertical within the corporate, whether it was government or private. So for me, we have the Green Council of Energy, in which we need to ensure that 25% to 30% of our fleet within the year 2030 need to be operated by green, clean energy vehicles. So we take that goal and we place it, so it's a strategic KPI that is now coming down to become operational. So this operation is what we work on. So it works by establishing a strategy, then after developing the strategy, you need to understand who's handling or under which scope is it. Once you define the person who's responsible for it, you make sure that their indicators, you make sure that their SOPs are aligned with the strategies which reflect the SDG's Sustainable Development Goals. So this is just one example, but to answer your question, it always starts from a national strategy that becomes a corporate strategy, that falls into a business unit or becomes a project, and then you measure the KPIs in that sort and that manner. I hope I answered the question. So this was the reason why I showcased the last project, which is the iServe project. We've reached not just 30%, we've reached 50%. So we're very ambitious in achieving such goals, but we've used innovation. So we've used something that exists in the private sector. I think everyone has seen when you traveled abroad, this concept of booking vehicles using an application. So we brought that concept, we applied it on a government level, and we replaced the petrol vehicles that are available with electric vehicles. And we've been able to reduce the carbon emissions by 6.2 tons, just by replacing around 250 vehicles with 40 green energy vehicles. So this is a big number. But this is how we operate within the government entities. I hope I answered your question.
I think he's saying something else.
اللي هي فيها the first, I think, 8 goals.
Yes.
And it failed because not in Dubai as a whole, because to gather these KPIs or indicators, that's a big challenge, because it's in Dubai, how many private sector you have and how many government.
Yeah.
And to get all this together, that is going to be
No,
tough,
for us, KPI, the way we measure KPI is it's automated. So It's automated so that you ensure that there's transparency in the data that you've collected, so that there's no manipulation of data. So when it comes to measuring our KPIs, when I said car, so how do we get these data from the car? It's through IoT devices. So these devices, they feed into softwares that we've built. We also use SaaS for data analysis, and the data or the computation or the measure that comes, it's what is showcased in the KPI measurement system that we use. So it's an automated process when it comes to gathering the KPIs. It's not manual labor that requires extensive work.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not a KPI, indicators.
Key
it's,
performance indicators,
لا,
a measure, yeah.
لا, I'm talking about the goals. It's
Yeah.
having more than 300 indicators.
Yes, صح.
It's not a KPIs. I'm sorry, it's I made a mistake. I said
It's a-
KPIs,
yes,
but
yes.
indicators. Because KPIs normally for each organization, it should be more than 10 or less than 10, not more. So I think this is a big challenge. It's not an easy to.
It's not easy, no. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
to do it,
It's-
you know.
it's we've been able to reach this level by hard work, by looking at best practices, by looking at success stories and also failed stories. We've reached this level not just because we're just here. No, there was a lot of work done by people maybe before me that have managed to collect these indicators or match these indicators to success.
Okay, thank you. In
Thanks
fact,
so
I worked for DIWA for more than 42 years,
MashaAllah.
but my favorite is Dubai Police.
Alhamdulillah, good.
Shukran.
Good to know.
Thank you so much. My name is Professor Salma Rabasi from the UK,
Nice to meet
and really excellent presentation that shows all the layers from the strategic. Love it. I have a question which is a little bit different. It's more on the policing side of things. With all of the young people in the population that we have, we're working in the UK with the Ministry of Home Affairs in the context of online harm. As you may know, that we've recently had the Online Safety Act go into operationalization, and we're working with the UK Police in a pilot project to look at social media, gaming, and music. The toxic nature
Yeah.
of gaming that the youth are heavily involved in, and its impact translation from virtual reality into the real world. So I know it wasn't necessarily here, but the future of society and young people, I was wondering, is there such a program within the UAE, in Dubai, that is looking at that whole metaverse impact, AI impact on the young? Thank you.
No, thank you for your question, and I hope you're having a lovely stay in Dubai. There is a department, there is a business unit that we have within Dubai Police that deals with digital crime. And they also launch, so we have 3 strategic pillars within Dubai Police. So the 3 of them are community happiness, safe city, and innovation and organizational capabilities. So within the safe city, within the community happiness, each department needs to launch different initiatives so that there's an awareness kind of session, there's type of awareness done to the community and society. So when it comes to gaming, on an annual basis, we have this department organizing a gaming session with the youth. There are prizes also given to the people who come in first, second, or third. And they play games that maybe all youth play nowadays, such as Fortnite, FIFA. And they bring in these youth, and while they're playing and whatnot, there are awareness sessions happening and going on. So this is one way of combating this toxic nature that I understand what you're saying, but this toxic nature that comes from such products. We also have an e-crime platform where you can anonymously report any cybercrime that happens, whether it was bullying, whether you've seen something negative happening online. And maybe the third way of tackling that, or a project that currently exists, is what I described as the first project, which is the Smart Police Station. So it's an unmanned police station. It has no humans. There's no human interaction. And you can go there and report anonymously, because I know that the nature of privacy for some people they might stay away from reporting such incident because they feel shy. There's this shyness, there's this feeling of being uncomfortable when giving such information and whatnot. So they can also report. And we also have, I cannot speak on so CIDs, the Criminal Investigation Department is running that. I can't speak on their behalf, but I'm aware of these projects that are currently implemented. Thank you. One more?
Thank you for the nice session. I have a
Thank
quick
you.
question. Inviting youth people to initiatives while at the same time their ambitions are ahead of their time and maybe not sufficiently understood. So how do we confer the fear of the previous generation of losing the reins of youth and setting off?
Can you repeat the question? I just didn't understand.
I mean, there is a lot of initiatives
Yeah,
to empower youth.
yeah.
In the same times, their goals or their ideas and thoughts may not be sufficiently understood by the previous generations.
Yes.
So how do we confer the fear of the previous generation about that they're maybe setting off or losing their reins?
No, I got your question, but I'll leave that to the experts, which is the Federal Youth Authority. If you have, I mean, it's something that they really tackle. And maybe it's better to address this question to them, since I am only representing the youth within the Dubai Police kind of corporation. So I don't have an answer for that, unfortunately. Shukran. Thank you so much.